afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday. How's everybody's day going? How's everybody's week going? Shout out to the folks in the chat. Make sure you all hit the like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Looks like the chat is on fire. Plenty of chat going on, plenty of conversations going on in the chat. Thank you all very, very much. I'll say what's up to the chat here real quick. So how's everybody doing on this Tuesday? Hopefully you're all staying cool, staying hydrated. How are you all doing? No Yankees game yesterday. What did you all do? Were you all sad that there was no game, or did you all just say, you know what, we could use a break from the Yankees? Did you all go outside and touch the grass, get some fresh air? I hope you all did. I hope you all had a nice day. Hopefully everybody's having a good start to the week. Let's say what's up to the chat real quick. Who do we have in the chat? We got Desiree first in the building. What is going on? John the Beagle Dad, what is up? Welcome is in the building. Katie's in the building. Brooklyn's in the house. What's up, Susan? How's it going? Ken, what's up, Ken? What's going on? How are you? Make sure you all go check out Ken, the Yankees, The Ugly Truth. What is up? Nosebleed section. What's up, man? How's it going? What is up? JB from the Back It Up Binge podcast, another great content creator. So make sure you all go check him out. How you doing? What's up, JB? Who else we got in the chat? I'm just going down the list here. Who haven't I said what's up to? Who is in the building? I know there's a few of you. Oh, we got Sunil in the building. What is going on, Sunil? Good to see you. Who else we have in the building? We also got Pasty in the building. What is going on? What's up, Pasty? How's it going? We got my man JT in the building. What is up? Bryce is in the building. What is up? Chia, the Ace Avenue is in the building. What up, Ace? Yo, my man, what's going on? What's up? How's it going? Make sure you all go subscribe to the Ace Avenue. If you are not subscribed, what are you doing? Question yourselves. Shout out to the Ace Avenue. What's going on? We got Petruzzi in the building. We got quite a few people in the building. This is awesome. This is awesome. But what's up, folks? What's going on? Yankees got a new series, and this time it's against the Seattle Mariners. So they're playing the Mariners in a 3-game set. After that, the Cubs come into town. Then you got the All-Star break. Let's hope the Yankees can win both series. But first, they got to handle the Seattle Mariners. It's going to be a tough series. You know, it's going to be a tough series. There's no doubt about that. You know, Seattle's got tough pitching, right? And as I'm trying to pull up this tweet here from Gary Phillips, the Mariners have thrown 3 straight shutouts, and they're going to have in this series, they're going to have Logan Gilbert, Logan Evans, and Brian Wu. Right, Brian Wu is the guy I'm worried about. Like I'm worried about all the pitching, but Brian Wu is the guy that I'm mostly worried about. Tonight's going to be Will Warren. Right, the last time Will Warren faced these guys, you know, he wasn't too bad. I believe the Yankees won that game too. I remember he gave up a couple of runs in that first inning. I think it was on a 2-run shot, on a 2-run home run, on 4 hits. He went 5 innings. He struck out 9. He was fantastic in that game. I know Will Warren as of late, he's been a little rocky. And we got SGA. Shout out to my man Nathan. What's up, Nathan? Shout out to my man Nathan. Nathan's been out there doing work there, folks. He's been out there doing a lot of meet and greets lately. You know, I'm watching his statuses on X. You know, he's posting a lot. He's doing a lot of meet and greets. So shout out to Nathan. He's always a great help with doing meet and greets and helping us content creators with player interviews. So him and his team always do a fantastic job. So keep up the good work as always. What is up, man? Good to see you in the chat, man. Hopefully life is treating you well. Hopefully the family's good. But you know, Yankees bats are gonna have their hands full, right? With the pitching. Although on a positive note, what's up, Sean? On a positive note, the bats have been coming around for the Yankees, right? Good. I'm glad to hear, Nathan. Glad to hear. But the bats have been coming around, right? They've been showing life again. despite losing some of these games. The Yankees are 3-7 in their last 10. The Mariners are 7-3. The Mariners are on a 3-game winning streak right now, so they're kind of riding that wave. Hopefully, the Yankees could stop that wave. Hopefully, the Yankees can, can make something happen with a win tonight. That win on Sunday against the Mets was a good feeling. They didn't get swept. They broke their 6-game losing streak. It was great to see, but I love it. I love it. So but we need to see more. But tonight's matchup is going to be Will Warren versus Logan Gilbert. Logan Gilbert did not face the Yankees the last time the Yankees were in Seattle. But historically, he has a 2-2 record with an ERA of 6.54 in his 6 appearances against the Yankees. So it could be, anything could happen. Anything could happen when it comes to Yankees versus Logan Gilbert. Hopefully the bats come through. The lineup is looking pretty sweet. So we'll go over the lineup. I want to get everybody's thoughts on the lineup. We got Mark Gates in the building. He is he's hanging out with us. He's saying trade Grisham and Goldie for pitchers, start Dominguez at leadoff every day to bring up Spencer Jones and move Belly to first. Good. Those are some good takes. We'll see what the Yankees do at the trade deadline. There's a lot of speculation. So you gotta wonder what's going to happen. You got to wonder what's going to happen. What's up there, Cadiza? How's it going? But yeah, there's, who knows what the Yankees are going to do. One thing they absolutely have to do is they have to go after the bullpen. They got to go after the bullpen. They got to attack. They got to get some bullpen arms because big surprise, the Yankees did make a roster move. They placed right-handed pitcher Mark Leiter Jr. on the 15-day IL, retroactive to July 7th, which was yesterday, with a left fibular head stress fracture. What does that mean? I don't know. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but he's been put on the 15-day IL. Sometimes you just wonder, what's going on with these pitchers. Are these guys hurt? Why are they not performing? Right? It makes me wonder about Luke Weaver. Since he's been back, he has not looked like himself. He's been kind of he's been kind of getting knocked around. Since he's been back, you got to wonder if he's been brought back too early. Ian Hamilton's another guy. I don't know if it's injuries or something that's bugging Ian Hamilton, or is Ian Hamilton just having a bad year? We don't know. Now with Leiter Jr. on the IL, he's been put on the IL, and Clayton Beater has been recalled from AAA. So we'll see. We might see Clayton Beater tonight, if depending on the situation. So we'll see what goes down with that. Let's see. Sunil is saying a stress fracture is the slightest of cracks caused in a calcified bone structure by an excessive strain and pressure applied to that region. Understood. Okay, thanks for sharing that. Well, hopefully he heals up. We'll need him. We'll need him in the. We need him back. But again, the Yankees are going to have to. Really attack that bullpen. Sorry, at the deadline. So we'll see, folks. We'll see what goes down in tonight's game. They gotta let's hope they can win 2 out of 3. That's what I'm suspecting, but it all depends on how the pitching holds up, because right now the pitching is kind of the weak link. So we don't know how the pitching is going to hold up, and the pitching's been suspect. It's been very suspect. So we'll see what happens with the pitching tonight and in these next 6 games before the All-Star break. But hopefully the Yankees can win these games. At least win the series. I take series wins right now. So a sweep would be awesome. But let's see how they perform in these games. Bryce is saying DJ is going to be gone soon. Looks like it. Yeah, I mean, Aaron Boone was on John Boy's show this morning. he has stated that Jazz Chisholm Jr. is going back to second base, and that's where he's going to be. I believe he said that the situation is fluid. At this point, yeah, it's like there was a question about DJ LeMahieu playing third base, and Boone wasn't super confident in that. But he is benched, and he's a guy that's probably going to come off the bench, from moving forward, unless, and again, I think he was saying that the situation is fluid, but it sounds like for the time being, you're probably going to see Peraza play third and Chisholm play second, which, when Boone said that Jazz was moving back to second base, I said, thank God this guy's going back to second base. What up, Daniel Berry? What's going on? But thank God he's going back to second base. That's where he belongs. He belongs at second base. It's as simple as that. He belongs at second base. That's where he belongs. That's where he's best. Just play the guys where they need to be played. That's all there is to it. All right. So, the quote here is not great, but that's kind of the situation. As far as DJ LeMahieu, he's saying that it was physically a challenge for DJ LeMahieu to play third base and expects him to be utilized primarily as a bat off the bench moving forward. So there you go. I just found that tweet. I just wanted to share that tweet with all of you. So he might see some time at third base, but most of the time it sounds like he's going to come off the bench. Does he get DFA'd? Is he just going to be a guy that comes off the bench? We'll just have to wait and see. The Yankees are in a very, very interesting situation right now. They're in a very interesting situation with everything that's going on. We'll see how things play out. What's up, Jonathan? Also, Luis Hill is supposed to begin his rehab assignment for, I believe it's Somerset, but he's supposed to begin his rehab assignment on Sunday, according to Aaron Boone. So slowly but surely, he should be coming back. My guess is probably in the next couple of weeks, right after the All-Star break for sure. So maybe a week after the All-Star break or a couple of weeks after the All-Star break. What up there, Dev? So let's see how he fares and in his rehab starts, but he is definitely needed in this rotation. And I will say this, I was kind of chatting it up a little bit with Jason from 161, and I am happy that the Yankees did not trade Luis Hill in the offseason to the Astros for Kyle Tucker. I'm very happy about that. Don't get me wrong, I like Kyle Tucker, excellent baseball player. Would have added value to the team. However, he would have been a 1-year rental, and it just kind of brought like PTSD of like Juan Soto. The whole 1-year thing. He's a 1-year rental. Is he going to sign back with the Yankees? But you didn't give up a guy like Luis Hill, who is now needed more than ever. Because of the fact that the starting pitching is in a little bit of shambles right now. And the pitching in general is just in a little bit of shambles right now. There's some trouble with the pitching. So, Luis Hill coming back, that's value. That's value. So, Clark Schmidt's out for the season now. He's going to get Tommy John surgery. Obviously, Cole's out for the season, right? Ryan Yarborough's hurt. Right. So, who do you have? Who do you have? And this is where, it's important that Luis Hill is still on this team, and he is going to be back. Hopefully, I would say probably towards like the end of the month. So if everything goes according to plan, I'm not saying that this is my prediction. So I'm not saying this is what the Yankees are saying. Yeah. Cousins is out. There's a lot of pitching that's out for the Yankees. Cousins, Fernando Cruz, Ryan Yarbrough, Garrett Cole, Clark Schmidt now, all these guys, Mark Leiter Jr. now, like you got like 6, 7, 8 pitchers that are out. It's just, the pitching is just they're taking a beating. So the Yankees are very thin at pitching, and this is where Luis Hill, when he gets back, he's going to bring some value to the pitching side of things, and hopefully he gets off to a good start. I'm not. It might take him some time to adjust, and you have to see what he, how he adjusts. Right, it might take him a couple of games, but you got to give him some time. Yeah, Cam Schlittler is going to pitch tomorrow. That's been confirmed by Aaron Boone. So Cam Schlittler will be coming up for the New York Yankees. Cam Schlittler has been a name that's been talked about a lot this season, and it sounds like there's a bright future ahead of him. We'll see what he does in his major league debut, but as far as his 2025 stats go in the minor leagues, 6-6, 2.82 record in 15 games. He's pitched 76 and 2/3 innings, a 1.21 WHIP with 99 strikeouts. So, numbers are not bad. But once again, we'll see how he fares in his major league debut. And as I always say, with any player that gets called up or any rookies that start the season, you got to manage your expectations with these guys. So, we'll see how things turn out for Cam Schlittler. But, again, it's like Ocean View Coffee Shop says, tough week for the Yankees, Mariners. Yeah, it is. Mariners and then Cubs. The Cubs are going to be tough too, no doubt. But they got to handle the Mariners first before they play the Cubs. Once again, hopefully they can end the season not end the season, but end this week on a good note before the All-Star break. We already talked about Mark Leiter Jr. So unfortunately, it is some bad news. But just want to see if there's anything else. But as far as Yankees news goes, but there isn't. But what's up there, Nathaniel? What's going on? Let's talk about the Yankees lineup. I'm excited for the lineup. I'm happy with the lineup. I want to get everybody else's thoughts on the lineup. Let's see what you all think. Let me pull it up here. Bryce says, great lineup today. I agree. There's a couple of minor changes that I would make. I think you guys know what I'm going to say. But this is your starting lineup right here, folks. You got Jason Dominguez leading off. He'll be playing left field. Aaron Judge, what up, Sco? Batting second. He'll be playing right field. Cody Bellinger batting third. He'll be playing center field. Giancarlo Stanton is DHing. He'll be batting cleanup. Jazz Chisholm Jr., batting second base. He'll be batting fifth. Paul Goldschmidt batting sixth. He'll be playing first base. Austin Wells is at the dish. He'll be batting seventh. Anthony Volpe is batting eighth. He'll be playing shortstop. And Oswald Peraza, folks, is batting ninth. He'll be playing third base. And on the mound today, folks, it is Will Warren. How are you all feeling about this lineup? Would you change anything about this lineup? Let me know in the chat. Let me know what you all are thinking. What would you do? What would you do different? So Susan is not liking Wells, Volpe, Peraza. She doesn't like the 7 through 9. The Ocean View says Mariners pitching staff is legit. They are, man. They are. They got a good pitching staff. There's a couple of guys in their lineup, that I'm worried about, but I'm more worried about their pitching. And Wilkins says Judge to third. Yeah, I would bat Judge third. Like, that should be a constant. I would bat Judge third. And then, who would bat? I mean, I put Bellinger at second, batting second. Jazz, I would put him at the cleanup spot. And then Giancarlo, I would bat him fifth. So that's what I would do. Sunil says he would flip-flop Peraza and Volpe. So, I mean, I don't think it truly matters, to be honest with you. But Peraza batting ninth is fine, honestly, just because, his batting average is garbage. It's just absolute garbage. He's a guy that could see his way on. He could be on his way out inevitably. Either he's packaged in a trade or the Yankees could DFA him. I mean, after all, he doesn't have any more options. Yeah, Peraza can randomly hit a home run. This is true. What's up there, Cancel? What's going on? But I like the lineup. I like how this lineup looks. We'll see what the Yankees lineup does against Logan Gilbert. We'll see what happens. And I got a message here by our good friend Brad on X, and this was put out by Brian Hogue. He said that Luis Hill threw 42 pitches in a live BP today with Double-A Somerset and could make his first rehab start on Sunday, which we kind of talked about. Pitching reinforcements are on the way, and they need to be on the way. Yeah, probably they're canceled. I mean, we've been talking about it, But Steve Schumann is in the building. He says one thing we do know is that Volpe will come to bat with you guys, with guys on base. That seems to be inevitable. You put him anywhere in the lineup. It doesn't matter where you put him in the lineup. The guy's just gonna, the guy's just going to come up with runners in scoring position. It doesn't matter if he's batting fifth, sixth, seventh. It seems like whenever there's runners in scoring position, he's up to bat. I don't get it, but it is what it is. But that is your lineup for the New York Yankees, folks. That is your lineup for the New York Yankees. So Yankees need to make something happen, right? They need to get this winning streak going. They got the win on Sunday. Now they need to keep it going. But let's get into these predictions, people. Let's get into these predictions. What do we have for Will Warren? Will Warren's prediction. What do we think? Let's see Will Warren's predictions. Yeah, Bellinger had the play of the game. Bellinger had the play of the game. So, but let's see Will Warren's prediction. Let's see the Will Warren predictions. What do we think, people? All right. So I know Sean put his out earlier. He said Warren goes 7 innings, pitch 4 hits, 1 run, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. Okay. 6 innings pitched, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 2 runs, and a walk from nosebleed. Six innings, 98 pitches, 3 runs, 6 hits. How many walks, how many strikeouts there, Bryce? Walken is going in 4 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 5 earned runs. 5 1/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts. Bryce is going 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Okay. Cadiz is going 6 2/3, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, 100 pitches. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Dang, you got him going 2 1/3. 7 hits, 7 runs, 4 walks, 1 strikeout. Gives up 3 home runs, 65 to 70 pitches. So no hope for Will Warren from Sunil. Jake thinks Warren's going to get shelled tonight, but that's just me. He hasn't pitched well lately at all. Yeah, lately he hasn't. Desiree's going 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 earned runs. Okay. Let's look at Will Warren's game logs real quick. I'm going to pull up his game logs, see what his game logs are. Just curious. Yeah, his last outing against Toronto, not great. He gave up 8 runs in 4 innings. That was the game that the Yankees made a massive comeback. The bats came alive in that game. The game against the Athletics, that was on June 27th. That was the game before Toronto. He actually went 5 innings, only gave up a couple of hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. I mean, not bad. And then the one before that was against Baltimore. He went 6 1/3, gave up a couple of runs, still and walked 2, struck out 6. So, and a game against the Angels, he got the loss in that game. He gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, still went 6 innings. He struck out 11, didn't walk anybody. So when you look at his last 4 starts, really the only bad game that he had was against the Blue Jays last week. So we'll see what he does tonight. I think he might. I think he'll have a good game. You know, I'll go about 5 innings. I'll give Will Warren about I'll say 5 1/3, 5 1/3 innings. 5 1/3 innings. I'll give him 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and I think he gives up two runs. The last time he pitched against Seattle, he actually did pretty good. He had 9. He struck out 9 in that game. But I think this time around, I think he's going to go 5 1/3 with 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and I think he gives up 2 runs. Yeah, Warren was drafted by the Yankees. He came up to the Yankees farm system. So, and again, with Warren, you have he's going to have these bad outings. He's going to have some bad games. Some games are just not going to be, it's not going to always work out for him. You got to keep in mind he's a rookie, so he's gonna go through these growing pains. He's going to make mistakes. I mean, opposing teams, good ones, especially if they have good bats, they're going to take advantage of that. So, you gotta keep in mind that he is a rookie pitcher, but he's got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of potential. It's like Steve Schuman saying Warren has to get past the first inning and not allow any runs and limit pitches. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And the thing with Warren though, I mean, even if he has like a rocky first inning, it's kind of similar to Clark Schmidt. Both guys are similar in the fact that like they have like these rocky first innings, but then after that first inning, they start to settle down. They get in a groove. So, we'll see what happens tonight with Warren, but that is my prediction for Warren. Once again, what up, Rodney? So it's going to be 5 1/3, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and he gives up 2 runs. So, we'll see how Warren fares. We'll see how he performs against the Seattle Mariners. But all right, moving on to the next prediction. Double plays, people. What do we got for double plays? How many double plays did the Yankees hit into? What do we got for double plays, people? How are we feeling about the double plays? How many double plays did the Yankees hit into? What up, Montauk? So Cadiza says 1 to 3. But if you had to pick one number, Cadiza, what would it be? Rodney says 2. Welkin says 3. 4 to 6. Okay. Susan says 3, all by Volpe. Of course, I wouldn't expect anything else. Volpe and Peraza shared by Welkin, so he's saying 2. Cadiz is saying 1. Steve is saying 1. Jonathan's saying 3. I don't know why, but I'm going to stick with 2 double plays. I'm going to stick with 2 double plays. And to give you the lineups for Seattle, I'll just pull that up just for the fun of it. Because I always like to know what the opposing team's lineup is going to be. I'll pull that up real quick too, just to share that with all of you. Oh, cold Italian pizza. How you doing? He says better be zero. Um, no, not because of Volpe. That's just my general prediction, or that's just or not my general prediction. That's just my prediction, dude. It's not because of Volpe. It's two. What's up, Ken? How's it going? Shout out to Ken. What is going on? Volpe, Peraza, two each, four at this point. Wells, Goldschmidt. I'm rolling with the minimum of six at this point. All right. So I'll pull up the Mariners lineup too, real quick here, folks. So Jasmine D is going 7 innings, turned 2 double plays, 3 walks, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts. Okay. So some of us have a little bit of belief in Will Warren, some don't, but that's okay. So this is your lineup for the Seattle Mariners. So you got Crawford, Rodriguez, Raleigh, Rosarena, Polanco, Rayleigh, Canzone, Williamson, Young. So, for me, I worry about Raleigh. Raleigh's been on a roll. Rosarena, I believe he's been coming around actually. So I'm gonna pull his stats up here real quick and see what his splits here real quick. What his because he's batting 249 this season, 14 home runs, 42 RBIs, 801 OPS. OPS is really good, 355 on base percentage. What was? Oh yeah, his in the last month he's been batting 310 with a 389 on base percentage and a slugging of 575. So last month he's been looking really good. You look at the last 7 games, he's been really good. He's got a 1038 slugging, 333 OBP, 346 average. So he's a guy to look out for in that lineup. Jacob, I'm not streaming tonight. Go check the community post. Nosebleed said that the 2 to 4 could be dangerous. Yeah, Rodriguez, Raleigh, Rosarena. Yeah, those are the 3 I'm looking out for as well. But they got a few guys. They got a few guys that could hit. They got some guys in that lineup that could hit. But I'm more scared of their pitching than I am their bats. That's just me though. Seattle has good pitching, but they don't have to face Castillo, and there's also no George Kirby. He's hurt, but they still have Brian Wu pitching on Wednesday on Thursday, I believe. So, we'll see we'll see how they fare against Brian Wu. I think Brian Wu, the last time, if memory serves me right, I think he pitched well against the Yankees. The last time the Yankees were in Seattle. I'm just pulling up that record, pulling it up right now. Yeah, he struck out 6. He went 6 1/3. Didn't give up any runs. So, he did some good work against the Yankees this last time they played him. So, but they got to worry about tonight though. What up, Custodio? What's going on, dude? What's going on? Yeah, that in that matchup it was Brian Wu versus Max Fried. So shout out to Custodio. Make sure you guys go check out Jason Custodio. Does a really good job with his channel. He does the late night shows and he does these trivia games too. But yeah, let's see how things play out for the Yankees tonight. All right. So like I said, 2 double plays, and let's move on to the home runs, people. Let's move on to the home runs. Who's hitting a home run tonight for the Yankees? Who's hitting a home run tonight for the Yankees? What do we got, people? Dominguez going for 2 home runs. Okay, Petruzzi. Wells is hitting a home run from Welkin. That's what Welkin is saying. Beagle saying 1 home run, and that's Judge. Christopher Cancel saying Jazz, Judge, Bellinger, Stanton, and the Martian. So you got quite a few guys. Martian and Judge. Judge hits 2 home runs. Let's get ahead of Cal Raleigh, Custodio says. Cadiza's going Judge, Wells, Bellinger, Jazz. Steve Schuman's going Wells and Jazz. Nosebleed's going Belly, Jazz, Wells, or JD. Okay. The Twins, Belly and Jazz. Cold Italian is going Martian, Jazz, and G. Jasmine D is going Judge, Stanton, Bellinger. Okay. So she's got the top of the lineup. I'm always going Judge. I'm going to say Judge, Dominguez, and I'm going to go Jazz. So Judge, Dominguez, and Jazz. Dominguez, Judge, Jazz. Those are my home run calls tonight, folks. Those are my home run calls. But, as always, as much as I appreciate the home runs, the Yankees need to the Yankees still need to do a better job with runners in scoring position. Get the runners on base. They have no problems getting the hits. They get the hits. They get runners in scoring position. But then it becomes a foregone conclusion as far as driving runs in. So, I would love to see a mix of the home runs and driving runs in, kind of like, in that Mets game, they manufactured some runs, some key runs to win that game. I would like to see more of that. You know what I mean? Even if the games are won and they're close games, that's fine. It's just nice to know. It's just nice to know that the Yankees can win games like this. But I'm tired of. I know the rest of you are. I know I am. But I'm tired of seeing the Yankees, leave a bunch of runners on base, and by the time that game is over, they've left like 10 men on base, and they're like 1 for 8 or like 2 for 7 or whatever it is with runners in scoring position. So hopefully they can manufacture runs without relying a lot on the home run ball. But we'll love to see that tonight. Jake is saying that the bullpen is too sketchy. Offense could put up all the runs in the world. It's not. Yeah, the bullpen's going to have to really hold it down. The bullpen is very, very, very thin right now. Very thin right now. So the bullpen's going to really have to hold it down, So we'll see what happens with the bullpen. Yeah, Cold Italian, like that's what I was saying earlier. That's what I've been saying over the last few live streams. The offense has actually been coming around. They've been showing life again, which is encouraging. The pitching, though, yeah. But kudos to the pitching on Sunday. They held it down. You know what I mean? Even though the Mets almost made a comeback, but they didn't let them make a comeback in the sense that they didn't let them tie the game up. They didn't. They did not. They didn't take the lead or anything like that. So the Yankees just had the lead the whole entire time, which was great. And Buckeye's in the building. He says we have burned out our pitching staff. Well, so as far as burning out the pitching staff's just been getting hurt lately. So there's just been injuries to the pitching. I mean, it's not. There's been pitching injuries all across baseball. It's not just with the Yankees. I don't know if these guys were necessarily burned out. I think some guys maybe were a little bit more utilized than others, but it depends on the situation of the games, because if your starters can't have a long outing, then yeah, it's going to be taxing on the bullpen to try and make things happen. So pitching, as of late for the Yankees, it's been an eyesore, no doubt. But prior to the pitching staff kind of collapsing a little bit as of late, though. I mean, in the month of June, the pitching's been good for the Yankees. The batting was the bats were a different story. Now it's like the bats are coming around. Now the pitching is hurting. So, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but hopefully the pitching can come around. Hopefully the Yankees can acquire some arms for the bullpen because they're going to need it. Shout out to my man Jesse from the Ringside Renaissance podcast. Him and Combat Jones, they just had a show, so I tuned in for a little bit before I went live. So shout out to the boys over there. I want to work something out with you guys to come on. So for the Yankees Red Sox pregame next month. So when they play each other, but I want to get you guys on for one of those for one of the pregames. But we'll talk about it. We'll message each other on X. And he's saying, I don't know if I want to see the Yanks or Seattle lose more. You tell me, bro. You tell me. I can see your comments there, Khadija. What's up? Yeah, PC's pitching counts too high across the board. Agreed. So, what do you mean you get to see the other team stats? I'm not sure what you're trying to say. But how do we feel? What do we feel for tonight's score, people? What's the score tonight? What's the score tonight? What is the score between the Mariners Yankees? What's everybody's score prediction? Let's see score predictions. What do we got? What do we got for score predictions? Eagles going 7-1 Seattle. Nosebleeds got 5-4. 2 games behind Seattle and 3 behind the Yanks in the wild card race. Let's go Mariners. But that means if the Mariners win, it's not beneficial for you guys. 7-5 from Buckeye. Jake is going 6-4 Seattle. Yeah, Jasmine D, he is. Yeah, Rally is a dog this year. He is a dog, dude. He is a dog. 6-4 Yanks. Logan Gilbert's not bad, Christopher Cancel. That's who's pitching for Seattle. He's not a bad pitcher. He's pretty good. I like Logan Gilbert. Sunil's going 12-4. Welkin's going 7-0. Okay. So it's going to be a shutout. I mean, they've been pitching shutouts, so shoot, man. I'm like I said, I am worried about that pitching staff. And I'm worried about our pitching staff because our pitching staff is like thin right now. Christopher's going 8-6 Seattle in extra innings. 7-5 from Susan. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a close game. Just based on the pitching matchups, I'm gonna say a score of 5-4. I'm gonna say a score of 5-4. So 5-4 is my prediction. The first two innings will determine everything. Indeed. Yeah, if Warren could get out, if he could get out of the first inning, no problems, then great. You know what I mean? I think he'll have a good outing. Or even if he gives up a couple of runs, is able to still settle down, he'll be good. I got you, Khadija. Yeah, nothing wrong with a little bit of optimism. Will Warren is on the mound there, Jesse, for the Yankees. He's on the mound. Looking his first, yeah. If we're down by 10 or more runs early, he'll voluntary pick fans from the stands. Yeah, probably. More on our bats if we, yeah. But look, the good news is that the bats have come around. The bats have shown some life. We just got to hope that the pitching could hold it down. You got to hope that Will Warren, can at least, I'm giving him 5 innings. I mean, if he goes long or 5 and a third, but if he's able to go 6 or 7 by some crazy chance, I'll take that from Warren, because the bullpen is a little worrisome. The bullpen is a little worrisome for me. I can't speak for the rest of you, but the bullpen is, like I've been saying all along, it's very worrisome. And that is the first and foremost priority for the Yankees when they go into this trade deadline. Yeah, Judge is showing up. Judge always shows up, man. I mean, I'm not worried about Judge. It's just, and Judge has shown up. Cody Bellinger's been fantastic. Cody Bellinger's been on a roll as of late. I mean, he's been just killing it since May. That beginning of May was a little rocky for him, but then after that, he started to really turn things around. July, June and July have been really good for him as well. So Bellinger's been excellent. I like what Cody Bellinger has been doing in these last couple of months. So, and along with the Martian, absolutely there, Buckeye. The Martian's been fantastic. He's been slowly also getting better hitting from the right side of the plate too. You got to give him some time there. Jesse says Judge shows up except against the Sox. I don't know. He hit that home run off of your boy there. So, because Alex Cora got a little greedy. Yes, they still ended up winning that game, but Judge made him pay for it against Crochet. Just saying. But Jasmine saying 7-3 Yankees. Yeah, I mean, Dominguez has been on fire. Dominguez has been another player that has truly stepped up. I mean, his batting average right now, he's at 267. He's got 14 stolen bases, 33 RBIs. He's got 8 home runs, OPS of 70-71. You look at his stats over time. If you look at it over, let's see, the last 30 games, we'll look at the last 30. You look at his slash line, 313 batting average, 361 on base percentage, 444 slugging. Those numbers are not bad at all. So Dominguez he's been rocking. Hey, he still hit that home run. Cora got greedy. Sorry. I don't care if he went 0 for 4. He still he still hit that home run off of Crochet. Mark Gates says that Cashman needs to get Eugenio Suarez and Spencer Jones in the lineup by the trade deadline, if so possible. I mean, Eugenio Suarez is the one guy that I would love for the Yankees to go after and put him at third base. He would be an immediate upgrade over Peraza, no doubt. And his bat would add some value to the lineup. I would love to have Eugenio Suarez, and he would purely be a rental. So I wouldn't mind him. Also, if I'm the Yankees, since we're kind of slightly, talking a little bit about the trade deadline, right? The Yankees should call up the Washington Nationals and see who they're offering, because they fired their manager and they fired their GM. So who's available? In terms of pitching, the only guy that comes to mind is Finnegan. I would like to get Finnegan. And Ahmed Rosario would be the other guy I would want. Ahmed Rosario would be cheaper than Eugenio Suarez. But I would like to get. I mean, I wouldn't mind the Yankees going after Ahmed Rosario. Ahmed Rosario, just like Suarez, he would strictly be a rental. And I think he would add some value to the team. As far as Rosario goes, though, he could play shortstop. He could probably play shortstop, but he looks like he's primarily a third baseman, and I wouldn't mind him. Either Rosario or Suarez. I wouldn't mind either one of those guys at third base. And I believe Rosario can also play shortstop, if I'm not mistaken. And he is good with the glove, just like Suarez is. Um, both bring values. So like I said, I think I would like either one of those guys. But I would want to see want to see the Yankees make a call to the Nationals to see who they're offering. But Finnegan is one guy that I would want for the bullpen. But there's other bullpen arms. I like Jake Bird from the Rockies. You guys have heard me talk about him. Halverson is another one. If we're talking lefty arms, I like for the Yankees to maybe explore JoJo Romero. I wouldn't mind him. He'd be a good lefty to add to the bullpen with Tim Hill. But we'll see what happens. Who is that? There's a former All-Star in AAA for Texas, right-handed batting. 400 plays third base, was a Yankee fan growing up. What's his name? Is that Young, or am I mistaken here? Yeah, the Rockies typically they don't sell at the deadline, although they should. I mean, Young. That's who I thought you were talking about. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. I mean, maybe the Yankees look into him. Who knows what the Yankees have planned or what players they're talking about. But I certainly have my wish list. I don't know what's on the Yankees wish list. What we want is, I know a lot of us have our wish list, but sometimes the Yankees pull off some sort of these unthinkable moves, and they get players that we never. Sometimes they get these players we never even heard of, and they either pan out for us or they don't. So we'll see how things play out over time. Young and DeGrom. Well, let's see. Jacob DeGrom. What is his? I'm going to look up his contract real quick. I wouldn't mind Jacob DeGrom. How does everybody feel about Seth Lugo? That's a name that's been mentioned as of late. How does everybody feel about a guy like Seth Lugo? What are we thinking for him? Ooh, nah, that's going to be a hard no for DeGrom because of the money that's owed to him. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, you could scratch DeGrom, in my opinion. Yeah, there's no way Hal's going to want to take on that contract. Lou says Lugo, yeah. Susan says she likes Lugo. Okay. Bullpen scares the crap out of Yankees bullpen. Yeah, it scares me too. Yeah, I know. Supposedly the Mets are aiming for Seth Lugo. I'm not saying that the Yankees are. And my man Combat Jones is in the chat. He says, "Go Yanks." What up, Combat Jones? That's Jesse Rasco's partner in crime there at the Ringside Renaissance. So I got both members. Awesome. What's going on, man? Jasmine D says, "I don't know. Lugo is iffy." I don't know. I looked up Lugo's stats yesterday. He's got some okay stats. I think pitching for a better team, I think will help him. Strikes are Sunil says Schmidt is done and we need a starting pitcher. I'm not sure Schlittler's the answer necessarily. I'm not saying Schlittler's the answer. I don't know that he's the answer. I mean, he's going to make his major league debut tomorrow, so we got to see what he's going to do tomorrow, right? I'm managing expectations, like I said before, and I just don't think they want to take on that contract. That's what I'm getting at. So that's a pretty massive contract that they're going to take on. Oh yeah, Yari De Los Santos, another pitcher that's on the IL. That was another name I forgot about when I was naming off the pitchers. They, like I said, the Yankees have like 6 or 7 guys that are on the IL right now, man. So their pitching has taken a beating as of late. Yeah, so we got Ringside Renaissance. All right. The boys are in the building. I'm going to get you boys on, though, for a pregame the next time the Yankees and Red Sox play against each other. I'm going to get you on one of the pregames. Love to have you boys on. I think it'll be a fun time. I think we'll have a great time. I think we'll, share some laughs, kind of give each other a hard time, a little friendly banter, right? Friendly banter. Yeah, I agree, Ken. I agree 100%. After the starter gets pulled, I'm just like, all right, everybody hold on to your seats. What's the bullpen going to do? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's what we got, though, people. That's what we got. But I am also, just so everybody's aware, I am preparing for July 17th. I'm going to have a group of content creators. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to give grades to the Yankees players. We're going to give grades to Aaron Boone. We're going to give grades to James Rowson, the hitting coach, Matt Blake. And Aaron Boone. So it should be a fun time. Should be a fun time. All right, let's get to the last part here, people. Let's get to the last part of the chat. What do we got for what are we eating for dinner? What's for dinner tonight? What's everybody munching on? What are you all snacking on? Are you all snacking on anything? Any desserts? Any chips and dip? Any nachos? Like, what do we got, people? Yeah, I heard it's raining in New York, so yeah, I could see the game being delayed. Desiree's drinking coffee. Susan said she had Japanese food. Okay. Christopher coming in with chicken cutlet wrap, just finished, going for some yogurt with granola. Ooh, yo, I just had some yogurt with granola earlier, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Gummies for Jasmine. The cook is gone. Need to defend me for myself, and it's not Friday. Well, if the cook is gone, that means pizza every day then, right? Nosebleed? I mean, right? Like pizza every day? Come on, man. Combat Jones says New York style pizza. I already do know, bro. I am fortunate though, Combat. I got a couple of New York style pizza places near me, so I can go there and get some New York pizza. I miss home. I miss New York style pizza though. I miss New York style food, man. I miss the hometown food, but it's all good. It's all good. Flood warning in New York. Oh boy. Just had a new refrigerator delivered. Made grab and go for food. Nice. Congratulations. Indian food at home Tuesday, so non-vegetarian. Okay. Raining in Baltimore for cancel. King crab and shrimp linguine. Okay. Taco Tuesday with Culver's chocolate ice cream. Ooh, nice, Buckeye. You want pizza, but your wallet says no. So what are you feeling, dude? What are you feeling? Yeah, I guess I did, Desiree. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying, but sometimes I do know what I'm saying. Just depends on what kind of training day I had. I know I could always visit New York, man. I know I can. I was born and raised there, dude. I still have family there, so yeah, no, that's my hometown. Flood watch and severe thunderstorm watch in New York. All right, well, be safe out there. Robert says Himalayan pink salted popcorn. That is some good stuff. The Himalayan pink salted. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I missed the bagels for sure. Yeah, I missed the bagels out there, no doubt. So leftover barbecue chicken and salad, maybe. All right. Yeah, like I said, I was born and raised in New York. So it's like, I mean, I moved out of there a long time ago, not by choice. Not by choice. I didn't have a choice. I was young. But I still went back every year though, even when we moved out. But yeah, when I go back to New York though, when I go back to Brooklyn, definitely going after some bagels. I always go after bagels and pizza. Like those are the things I go after. Egg quesadilla, okay, nothing wrong with that. Best popcorn ever, dude. It's great popcorn. I love it, man. Popcorn and baseball, popcorn and sports always goes well together, man. Like pizza and sports always goes together. Wings and sports, burgers and fries, man. All of that. All of that. All that fun stuff. All that fun stuff. Right, Christopher. But no, I was born and raised in New York, though. Like I said, I was born and raised there, so that's home for me. It always has been, always will be, no matter what, no matter where I live, no matter how much it's changed too over the years. Top fans of the chat, Sunil, Ken, and Desiree are your top fans of the chat, people. Those are your top fans of the chat. Shout out to the top three. Oh, you were born in the Bronx? Yeah, you're on Yankee territory there, buddy. Dang. You got to be feeling the pressure then. You got to be feeling the pressure. L&B Pizza is the best. You have a bagel place across the street from you, makes them fresh every morning. Nice, Susan. Yeah, I know, Desiree. You've been talking about Long Island quite a bit. That's all right, Christopher. I'm an underdog too. I'll take it. Number 31 on the smash the like button. Thank you so much. Yeah, for those of you that have not smashed the like button, please smash that like button. It does really help out the channel. And if you're watching this for the first time, make sure you all hit the subscribe channel. All right. Mom from the Bronx, dad from Brooklyn. Yeah, Sunil's born in the Bronx, moved around to Queens, Elmhurst, Leaf Rack City, Jackson Heights, Bayside. I'm familiar with all those areas in Queens there, dude. Yeah, I love Brooklyn too. Yeah, I don't know, Susan. That's a YouTube thing. That's a YouTube thing. That has nothing to do with me. Because sometimes when folks go live, like when other content creators go live, I don't always get the notification. So that's a YouTube thing. That's definitely, not a me thing, I promise. You might have, I mean, I'm sure folks have their notification bells on, but sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. Yeah, Long Island, Queens border. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, all good, all good. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in tonight's game. Once again, folks, refer to my community post that I put out there. This week, I am not going to be doing play-by-plays. I'm hoping to get back into doing play-by-plays on Friday night when the Cubs come into town. What up, DM? What's going on, DM? How you doing? But yeah, no. Yeah, let's see if the weather holds up. Yeah, Jones Beach. That was the beach I went to when I was living out in New York. Yeah, it's like, let's go to the beach. Jones Beach. That's where we're going. So yeah, just so everybody knows, yeah, like I was saying, I'm not doing a play-by-play tonight or the rest of the week. There's just some stuff that I gotta take care of. Nothing bad. Everything is great. Everything is good. There's just some things I gotta take care of. But hopefully, I should be back doing play-by-plays on Friday night when the Cubs come into town. But I will be doing pre-games the rest of the week. The pre-games, it's happening. That is going to be a thing. So don't worry about that. The pre-games I will continue doing pre-games this week. Play-by-plays are not going to be a thing this week. Hopefully, I'll be back doing that on Friday, unless if something changes in the schedule. I'll keep you all in the loop. So just make sure you check YouTube and see if I'm going live for any of the play-by-plays. But as of right now, as it stands, no play-by-plays. Hopefully, I should be back by Friday night. If it's not Friday night, then you better believe Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, Sunday is a definite. Friday night is up in the air. But again, if anything changes this week, I'll keep you all in the loop. So we'll play it by ear here. Yeah, looks like Jonathan just tweeted it, and Nosebleed just said the same thing. So Everson Pereira and Brian De La Cruz. Got to wonder what's going on there. Are they possible trade coming? Okay. Did they say possible trade, Jonathan, or is that what you're speculating? With both of those guys getting pulled, though, I mean, does make you wonder. Never know what's going to happen in Yankee land, people. Never know what's going to happen. Let me see how Brian. Looks like Brian Hogue said that. Did he say anything else? Did he add anything else to that? Yeah, they were both removed. Oh, Jonathan's saying his guess. Yeah. Nah, I mean, I think it was inevitable that Everson Pereira, Everson Pereira, there's not a spot for him on this team. He's blocked, and either the Yankees were going to trade him or DFA him. Yeah, I mean, Cashman does not let anybody know about what his next move is going to be. He's very protective. Nope, not exactly, Sunil. You are wrong on that there, sir. I mean, yeah, with those two guys getting pulled, I would guess an incoming. There's got to be a trade. Maybe it's a trade. I'm not saying it is a trade. It could be a trade. I mean, who knows? Yeah, I won't be. Yeah, Maddie, I won't be live either. Unfortunately, like I said, this week, not too many live streams. Hopefully, I'm for play-by-plays. Hopefully, I'll be back for Friday night if everything goes according to plan. But unless if there's some drastic plan changes in the works or anything like that, then I'll go live for the play-by-plays. But as of right now, it looks like Friday night is what I'm aiming for to go back to play-by-plays. So I'll let you all know. Yeah, Ace isn't going live either. So, I mean, go check out the other content creators that go live. I mean, I know Max is probably, Max is going to go live. I think, pretty sure Ken's going to go live. So, go check those guys out. There's other content creators that go live for the play-by-play. You didn't see that play, dude? You don't pull up highlights there, cancel? So he caught a fly ball from Juan Soto that looked like it hit the grass, but he just got under it. And then he threw Lindor out as Lindor was throwing back to first. The throw to first was like right on target to Paul Goldschmidt. That was a fantastic play. That was a fantastic play. Oh, I got you. Yeah, so that's how that play went down. You should pull it up, man. That was the one of the best defensive plays this season. Well, let me see if yeah, it was a seed. You know what? Let me see if I could see if I try to show it. I don't know if it'll come in choppy. If I'm able to find it. But hold on. I'll probably just mute it here because I don't want to get hit with a copyright. Let me see if I can figure this out. Bear with me, folks. I'm sorry. It was an awesome play. Yeah. Let me make the screen bigger. Yeah, here we go. Let me know if you could see this on your end. It might come in a little wonky. So, to say that was a lucky throw, no way, man. I don't. You do know that Cody Bellinger is a Gold Glover, right? Just so you're aware, Cody Bellinger is a freaking Gold Glover. It did not. They even challenged it there, Christopher, and it still stood. There was nothing lucky about that throw. Nothing lucky about that throw. And again, Bellinger's a freaking Gold Glover. So that's kind of a slap in the face to Bellinger. Like, yeah, don't insult Cody Bellinger like that. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Nah. Yeah, that was spot on. That was spot on. Yeah, so many TV shows for Desiree. But his baseball season. Yeah, well, when baseball season comes to an end, you catch up on your TV shows. Yeah, Bellinger's a good player. Cody Bellinger he's a really good player. Defensively, he's really good. He was a defensive upgrade for the Yankees in that outfield. So yeah, Bellinger's a great outfielder. Yeah, ain't that something, Sunil? Ain't that something, bro? Crazy how that works. Susan waits for basketball. I understand. Well, they traded him. They traded him. They just didn't want to have anything to do with that contract. They're trying to free up some salary. They ended up getting Cody Poteet back, and then Poteet ended up getting DFA'd by the Cubs, either DFA'd or traded. But his career with the Cubs didn't last very long. But Bellinger wanted to play for the Yankees, though. He wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps, just like his dad, Clay Bellinger. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But folks, I think I'm going to end it right here. All right. Yeah, hoping to keep Bellinger. Well, he has a player option, so he can exercise that player option or he can opt out of it and see if he can get another contract for it. And shout out to my man, TC Steels. He's in the building. What up, TC? What's going on, bro? It'll be Yankee Stadium there, cancel. It'll be Yankee Stadium. But the game is going to start here in about less than 20 minutes. So, folks, go tune into the game. All right. Get your snacks, get your food, settle in front of the TV. Nah, you're all good, TC. You're all good. We'll get you in next time, dude. It's all good. I've been on for over an hour. But appreciate everybody tuning in for the pregame. Thank you all very much. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Make sure you all hit the like button on the way out if you have not yet. If you're watching this on the rerun, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you're new to this channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And keep sharing this channel out. Keep spreading the word. Let's continue growing this channel. Thank you all very much. Enjoy the game tonight. And hopefully the Yankees win. And as always, folks, let's go Yankees. Have a great night, everyone.